During Glitch Direct 2025, the creators of the show not only revealed the release date of episode 8, but also showed a strange set of images that supposedly serve as teasers for it. Many fans started looking for hidden meanings in those pictures, but as most people noticed, they're actually just a mix of various still frames from episode 6. Obviously, the creators won't reveal any real details about the new episode, especially considering that episodes 7 and 8 are basically two parts of one huge story. By revealing even a single frame from the new episode, the developers would basically expose themselves, cause literally anything could happen in episode 7, from a real friendship between Pomni and Ragatha to the appearance of a brand new character. So yeah, any leak from episode 8 before episode 7 officially drops would completely ruin everything Glitch and Gooseworx have prepared for us in episode 8. However, we know for sure that episode 7 will mark the beginning of the true storyline of the amazing digital circus, and in this case, it would be logical to discuss what might happen in episode 7 before talking about the actual leaks of episode 8, which at least somewhat clarify what we can expect in this episode. From the very start of the latest episode, Pomni still hadn't forgotten about Ragatha, and in one of the final scenes of episode 6, we saw that.
Hey, I have something
I feel like
You can speak
you
first.
Go. Let's talk after the show.
Yeah, sounds good.
Looks like now both Pomni and Ragatha might finally get a real friend. We've seen hints of this in pretty much every episode, but that super dramatic scene with Pomni and Jax pushed our jester to realize that nobody's going to treat her with the same care and kindness as Ragatha. Episode 7's definitely going to keep that going, and Pomni's main arc next time will be all about building up that friendship with Ragatha. It might seem like Pomni could have gotten totally disappointed in Jax after all that, but some scenes from the Favorite Character Awards hint at something else. And we'll definitely get into that later, cause how it plays out is gonna shape the future of the digital circus in a big way. As we can see, Pomni ain't gonna be that shy, scared girl from the early episodes anymore. She's learned how to handle all the weird stuff in the digital circus, and now her main goal is gonna be building up that friendship with Ragatha. Since we've already brought up the doll, she's gone through a ton of changes lately. Back in episode 5, it looked like she was left all alone, and because of that, a lot of people started predicting she'd get abstracted soon, but like I said way back in June, that's straight up nonsense. Episode 6 turned out pretty rough for Ragatha though.
I try too hard to get on their good side, and then I just end up pushing them away. And then they end up hating me.
Well, I don't think anyone in here hates you.
Jax does! Gangle and Supal don't ever talk to me, and Pomni probably won't after today either. She came to me wanting to be on my team. I said no. Why did I do that?
We can really see how much Ragatha's torn up by everything going down around her, and she knows damn well that her fake happy girl act is only hurting her. After what went down in the last 2 episodes, I'm more than sure Ragatha's finally gonna drop that forever smiling mask, and for the first time we'll see an episode where she's herself from start to finish. And y'all still remember what Ragatha told Jax right before her so-called death.
Howdy, howdy.
I know exactly what you're doing with Pomni, and it'll never work!
Huh?
You know, getting close with Pomni to corrupt her.
Maybe what she said was about what had happened later in the EP, or maybe it's hinting at something way darker. Y'all remember how in one of my vids I dropped that theory that Jax caused Ribbit's abstraction? It's pretty likely that scene from episode 5 wasn't just a show of jealousy, but fear for Pomni's life, cause Ragatha knows exactly what's coming next. And we all remember how Jax kept dodging any talk about his best friend.
So, you wanna talk about that?
I'm in a maid outfit. What do you think?
What was that about?
It's nothing. Who cares?
I'm sure that based on Pomni and Ragatha getting closer, the doll's gonna tell our jester the whole truth about what went down back then, and why it's such a painful topic for Jax. Either way, we're seeing positive changes in both of these characters, and that's making episode 7 look more and more intriguing. And now in the context of these two characters, we can go back to that final scene where Pomni's still worried about Jax and doesn't get why he acted that way. Considering that and the fact that Ragatha mentioned Jax in that conversation with Kinger, I'm more than sure that in episode 7, we're gonna see these two try to reach out to Jax, figure out what's going on with him, and try to solve his main problem, which was clearly shown to us in episode 7. We can't be sure that Jax was super close with Kaufmo, but they were definitely friends. While we know Ribbit was Jax's best friend, and losing him was a key moment for Jax, cause that's when he started acting like a total jerk. As viewers, we can totally understand what caused Jax's awful behavior.
I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest. End of story. You are my playthings, and I get joy out of making you suffer.
But the problem for the residents of the digital circus is that they only see one side of the situation, and because of that, they can't really draw the right conclusions. So at the start of episode 7, Jax is gonna look like a jerk who just wants to have fun and doesn't care about anyone else's wishes or problems. But we know that losing his best friend, constantly pretending, and trying to pass himself off as someone else is what led to this.
God, you look stupid.
This is how Jax is gonna enter episode 7, a guy completely lost and actually on the edge of abstraction. Of course, that won't actually happen, but Jax's mental health could seriously take a hit if he keeps living at this pace. So far, we've only seen one of his panic attacks, but I've got a feeling that if Jax doesn't stop pretending and acting like everything's fine, he's in for a sad ending. Do you think Jax had a panic attack like that after this scene? Jax has got to learn to live in the reality of the digital circus, not invent some hidden meaning like he's always done. I feel like Jax totally gets this himself, and it's pretty likely that his entire story arc in episode 7 is going to be all about accepting the real reality. Like I said, Pomni and Ragatha are more than happy to help him, but the interesting part is whether he's going to accept their help or try to handle it all on his own. We'll save Kinger for dessert, because there's definitely a lot to say about that guy. But for now, let's talk about Zubul and Gangle, who keep getting closer and closer with every new episode.
If we can't find the Tommy gun, will this work?
Yeah. Do you think Jax is gonna be mad that I didn't team up with him?
I wouldn't worry about him right now. It's all just a game in the end.
It's Jax, though. He probably wants revenge, and he's gonna make it painful.
Hey, you deserve better than thinking about him when he's not even here. You're a human. You're not his toy.
These two are honestly the kind of characters that barely ever change. The only real shift we've seen is during therapy, where Zubul actually helped Gangle deal with her issues, and maybe now she'll finally be able to stay happy no matter which mask she's wearing. As for Zubul, things are pretty much steady, and you really shouldn't expect anything drastically new from her. But Kinger with his secret superpowers has raised a ton of questions among digital circus fans. There are really only two possibilities here. Either Kinger is actually one of the show's creators, which would explain why he can pull off stuff like that, and instantly flip his mood. If that's true, then his whole crazy act is just an illusion. Or Kinger stays exactly the same as before, but that butterfly ends up affecting the digital circus events in a way that makes everyone realize they can literally do anything they want in this digital space. Anyway, whatever happens around each of the characters is going to have a crazy impact on episode 7, and all we can do is guess what's coming next. As always, I'm waiting to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll see y'all real soon.